Thank you very much. Let us sit. Without further ado, I would like to invite the CEO, Konza Technopolis Development Authority, John Paul Okwiri, to give opening remarks and invite our chairman, who will introduce the board and invite the peers for the rest of the program. Asanteni sana.
Our chief guest, the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy, our peers, Engineer John Tanui, our Chairman, Architect Ruben Mutiso, members of the Board of Directors, Konza Technopolis Development Authority, members of our management, our staff, investors, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. Before you, my name is John Paul Okwiri, the acting CEO for Konza Technopolis. And today, this morning, we are glad to host you today, and we welcome all of you to Konza Technopolis. Being the investor conference, the annual investor conference that we normally host, this time, the investor conference theme is to provide linkages between the various investors that we've had. In Konza Technopolis, we've had the first investors breaking ground within this financial year. Therefore, without much further ado, I would like to welcome you all to Konza Technopolis and thank you for heeding our call to join us in this investor conference. So thank you very much. I would like to welcome our chairman so that he can make his brief remarks as we prepare for the start of the conference. So thank you.
Our chief guest, Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communication and Digital Economy, and my friend Eliud Owalo, Principal Secretary, ICT and Digital Economy, and our best friend, Engineer John Tanui, Acting CEO, John Paul Okwiri, my colleague directors, staff, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Directors, if you may be upstanding quickly, I just want to introduce you. Two ladies over there, Grace Wanderi from the National Treasury, Hilda Mora, PS Engineer John Tanui, Director Pamela Tutui, Director Joseph Mwele, Director Richard Kimani. Thank you very much. You may sit. It gives me great pleasure to stand before you, and I'm addressing you when there was practically nothing out here, some of you. Since then, a lot is in place. We have this building, and I want to singularly thank the government of Kenya for enabling us and giving us a magnificent building like this one. It may not the space that we are in may not impress as a serious conference facility. But this is what is done in other parts of the world. Buildings, when they are complete but not fully complete, the tiling and the carpet is not done, is where meetings take place. And it's great to have this meeting in this space. And just to know that this space that we are in, the second floor, in a very short while, and I'm talking about 5 to 6 months' time, it will be occupied by one of our newest tenants, the Kenya Open University, this space. Investors, you will be in good company, because when you come around, you will find not just only KAIST, the Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, and our anchor investor. If you walk around today, you will find that their development is quite advanced. And as we look at this year, by the time we are closing the year, we'll be talking about admission of students. So you can imagine, if students are being admitted in a space where other facilities are not there. So there is quite a lot that is happening. Our investors, today we have invited you, not so that we talk to you, but so that you talk to us. We want you to talk to us, so that we get to know what it is that you would want us to do, so that we move and we unlock your potential fully. Last week, we had engagement with finance people, the banking community in Kenya. And we told them that they need to support you, investors. I would urge you to take this opportunity, take the opportunity to now engage. And I'm sure even today, some of those people are around, people from the finance world. And so, what we have done out here is that we have developed an infrastructure that is the best of the best. And I speak with authority in this area because that's my field of practice. That what we've got out here will not be found in many places, and certainly not in any other place in this continent. I'm telling you that. So let's make the best of this great infrastructure by you are coming on board and doing what you promise you are going to do. Because before you are processed, we take you through quite a discussion. And you convinced our staff that you are going to do something. I want to encourage you to move towards doing what you said you would do. I want, because today is not my day and we are pressed for time, I want to recognize a special group of people. The Ukamba Council of Elders, I know some of you are around. Are you around? Is the chairman around? Any members of the Ukamba Council of Elders around? They promised they are to come. They are elders, and elders take time to get to places. So when they come, they will find us moving. I want to say this, that we feel, especially, we feel good because we are well supported by the government. The ministry supports us, and the presidency has been very, very kind to us. And if you live in this country, I'm sure you've listened to what the plans are. Those will be elaborated by our chief guests. And so for now, allow me to invite the PS. PS Engineer John Tanui. Engineer John Tanui needs an elaborate mention. Isn't it so? Okay. Engineer John Tanui needs a special mention, elaborate mention, because first met him some 8 years ago when he attended an interview. And I was chairing that interview panel. And he did not need wind assistance. He performed so well that we said, okay, fine. If you are that determined to leave a well-paying job and come to the savannah where there is nothing, no building, nothing, and where you will not be having other members of staff apart from some less than 10. If you want to do that, choices have consequences. And so he joined us. And he has done much more than some of us would have imagined. Engineer John Tanui will be remembered as a transformative CEO at Konza. And so, when he was called out to bigger duty at the ministry as a PS, we could only congratulate him and not lament, because he wasn't going to leave us. So I was prompted. June out here will do what has to be done. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. He has simply said, PS, I hired you. Tupigeni makofi, Chairman. Thank you. When the government of Kenya established Konza Technopolis as a special designated area to support investment, the idea was very simple. We help manage the city, but you come and invest. So this is your day. We want to hear from you. We'd like to know what it is that you are doing. Waziri needs to know who is here and what is it that they are doing. And so we've identified a few representatives of our investors, those who are early movers. Waziri, these investors came to Konza before even we got the funding for the infrastructure. They trusted the process, they believed in the dream. And so I wish to invite the acting general manager from NCA, Architect Juliet Kabere, to just take 2 minutes to tell us what it is that they saw here and what are they coming to do. Karibu, Architect.
The chief guests, the CS, ICT and digital economy, the PS, Engineer John Tanui, the ED, the CEO, Kotda, John Paul Okwiri, the chair of the board, and Architect Mutiso, my senior, and all directors, management. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm here on behalf of the National Construction Authority to present briefly on why we chose to be part of this journey of Konza Technopolis and be able to invest here, because we believe that indeed Konza is a place for NCA to anchor its flagship project of CCID. This is a Center for Construction Development that will be anchored here. The journey of onboarding us has been very simple and very smooth, and we really appreciate KOTDA for the hand holding that they have given us, whereby we have been able to be allocated 3 parcels of land, just I think 2 plots from here, 2 plots from where Kotda is. We have 6.4 acres, and I think that process went very smoothly. We have the CCID project is ideally going to be a phased project that aims to bridge the gap in terms of capacity development within the construction industry, as well as the research and innovation that is going on within the construction sector. And that is why we agreed to have the center actually anchored at Konza Technopolis, because of the innovativeness that comes hand in hand with this. I think my presentation is going to be shared, and I may not be able to go hand in hand with it. It's a bit slow. But CCID, ideally, that's what I was saying. We are anchored here because we believe that we are able to leverage on the Konza Technopolis as a world-class city prepared for a robust information ICT and a superior infrastructure and a very robust business-friendly ecosystem. CCID ideally is meant to be able to do 4 key things. One is a center of excellence where capacity is going to be developed for the construction sector. Secondly, research and innovation, especially in new and emerging digital innovations that are going to spur the industry, not just in areas of housing, but also infrastructure. Of course, with a key bias towards affordable housing as a government key development program at the moment. CCID also is going to ensure that we are able to leverage on best practices internationally and globally, as CCID will be a global center of excellence. We are at a very advanced stage. Like I mentioned, it's a 4-phased program. Preliminary stage is where we are at, where design has been done by the State Department of Public Works. We have been able to have all the designs ready and the documentation for CCID ready, with the hope that we can begin the groundbreaking for phase 1 within this financial year, hopefully by July 2023. We are awaiting, we have been given the go-ahead by the ministry. The project has been approved, awaiting Treasury approval. And we believe that by then we shall be able to do groundbreaking for phase 1. As you can see, we have 3 phases. The first phase will do the training concept, plus the business information hub, as well as the administrative block for CCID. Phase 2 will do the research and innovation incubation hub, and phase 3 will be accommodation and conference facilities and welfare facilities that ideally will also tap into what will be happening within the Technopolis by the time we get there. So those are some of the few designs, the designs for CCID that we have. We may not be as massive as Kotda, but I believe we will leverage a lot on what is happening, especially the data center. I think we have had enough conversations on that, on seeing how we can ensure that the design is actually able to match what is happening here within Kotda itself, and of course the greater Silicon Valley as the Technopolis is. Finally, in conclusion, I think it's to appreciate us being here in this investor forum, because at the end of the day, it is not just a government-funded project, but of course looking forward into PPPs that will be embodied on this and other investment channels that will come on board to also work hand in hand with all the investors that are going to come on board. In fact, also in filling in any other periphery and after design and onboarding other technology-driven innovations that will come on board in terms of making all the facilities here begin and be proud to be part of the Konza Technopolis. In conclusion, CCID will definitely and is meant, the impact is meant to ensure that we are able to give Kenya the overall social and sustainable economic development that was envisioned when Konza Technopolis was formed, to ensure that we are a nation that is able to say that we have achieved our Vision 2030 and beyond by being part of this great process. So on behalf of the CEO and ED National Construction Authority, thank you very much.
Tumpigieni makofi. So investors, government means business. They have not only invested in the infrastructure, but are also ensuring that some of their key projects, like the National Construction Authority Center of Excellence, is located here. It means that you have an opportunity to work with them at the design stages to ensure that your building stands out and your facility really reflects the dream of a Silicon Savannah. One more thing with NCA, as a country, we know that we are struggling with construction materials. It is impacting our trade balance. We are continuously importing as a country, and we have less that we are exporting. And therefore, the infrastructure developments that the government is implementing is not having the desired impact in the local economy, because we are importing almost everything when it comes to construction. And therefore, it's an opportunity for us to be innovative at Technopolis to ensure that a majority of our construction materials are made in Kenya, isn't it? We've seen the government supporting Tononoka. Now still, very soon we're going to be self-reliant. I'd like to invite the private sector. Waziri, the young people have not been left behind. And we have listened to you. We've listened to the dream, the vision of the president when it comes to devices. Again, one of the key sectors that is going to spur our export. And Tortosa is one such investor driven by the young people, and they've already taken up a facility within this building to start off their assembly of devices. They're also taking space to ensure that they are manufacturing some of the devices and cables that are needed to support the digital economy. Karibu Tortosa.
CSICT, Mr. Owalo, PS, ICT and Digital Economy, Engineer John Tanui, CEO, Acting CEO, Konza Technopolis, John Paul Okwili, distinguished leaders present, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Mudhungu. I'm an innovator and a techpreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel honored and enlightened at the same time as I speak to you this morning. Today's forum is very timely as it presents to us an opportunity to learn about the progress made here in Konza, as well as various investments, businesses, and financing opportunities that currently exist. Konza Technopolis provides a very unique opportunity for innovative business ideas that will be the driver of the economy, specifically a knowledge-based economy that the economy as envisioned in the Kenya Vision 2030, and by the way, we are just 7 years shy of the 2030, and that's why we are here together. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya Vision 2030 and vision for a globally competitive economy with its citizens enjoying a high quality of ICT was identified as an enabler of a knowledge-based economy. The ICT sector has a huge potential to propel the economy towards a middle-income economy by the year 2030. Globally, ICT presents an enormous opportunity to introduce significant and lasting positive transformation across the world. In Kenya, ICT contributes greatly to the realization of the Kenya Vision 2030, where every citizen has a better access to opportunities to improve their livelihoods and harness the benefits of the digital economy. Ladies and gentlemen, as a member of business community in Kenya, Tortosa Holdings Limited, a startup based in Kirinyaga County and also here in Konza. I'm the CEO and the co-founder. We want to be a partner and not the sympathy seeker from the government in the achievement of the Kenya Vision 2030. We pride in supporting Kenya Vision 2030 in the following ways: by creating employment to qualified Kenyan youths, both directly and indirectly, engaging in quality products manufactured in Kenya with Made in Kenya brand, supporting government through payment of taxes as part of our patriotic fiscal contribution, offering industrial training to local students, studying in relevant areas, and keeping our environment clean through Tortosa Waste Management Initiative, where we recycle waste plastic for production, thus keeping our environment less polluted. Ladies and gentlemen, the launch of Tortosa products in the market with Made in Kenya blood gives a boost to the country's ambition to becoming a regional technology hub. The Silicon Valley, as envisaged through Konza Technopolis, as envisioned in the Vision 2030. The principle of the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya should be supported by all, as it encourages local production process to pay special attention to local content and value addition, and to enhance market access to locally produced goods and service. Further, it inculcates in the mind of all Kenyan citizens patriotism and preference of Kenyan goods services as means of supporting the domestic economy. As a youth business person in Kenya, the viability of any business is highly inhibited by lack of conducive and supportive business environment. For startup SMEs, this is exhibited by high level of taxation, high operating cost of production, and high cost of capital. Konza Technopolis provide an answer to these challenges as it provides a favorable, conducive, and enabling environment. Before I take my seat, I would do the service I don't introduce to what I do. If you walk outside like there, you find our products there, where you can find our USB chargers and the earphones, and my team there. Thank you so much.
So what are you coming to do in Konza?
Basically, what we are looking forward is, what we are doing currently is we are locally manufacturing mobile USB chargers and the earphones.
Very good.
So we are looking forward now to setting up here, so that we are looking forward to launch our mobile phone, God willing, in the next 2 years. Thank you so much.
Great. Okay. Asante sana. So we are likely to get Kenyan devices right there. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest has a very short time, and he would like to listen to you. So if you can just make it brief, it will allow us to engage and have him understand what it is that you are doing. Therefore, I would like to invite Madam Anne Mudusi from Makueni Aka. We'll give you 2 minutes to just tell us who Makueni Aka is and what is it that they're coming to do here. What stage are you at, and what are the barriers? Why are we not groundbreaking?
Good morning to our CS, Bwana Walo, our PS, Engineer Tanui, the Chairman, Architect Mutiso, the entire board of Konza, the acting CEO, Bwana JP, and all protocols observed. My name is Anne Mudusi, the chair of Makueni Aka County Housing Cooperative, and we are delighted to be here today. We're very excited because this was just but a dream a few years ago when Konza was coming up. A few ladies stood aside, and we were able to be #1 investor amongst the first investors. One thing I want to assure the investors today is that the group of Makueni Aka, we are grassroots women from all the 6 sub-counties of Makueni. And these are women who basically have no income. But one of the best advantages that we've enjoyed is the support of Konza Techno City. When Engineer Tanui was promoted, we almost felt like orphans because he had held us right from the beginning. But we were very encouraged because we knew that Chairman Architect Mutiso will continue hand-holding us, and he has continued to do the same. We want to appreciate the Kenyan government because women, when you invest in women, you invest in the entire world. So we are very delighted that so far we have managed to sign the lease for the investment. We plan to do a twin tower, and we have enjoyed good support. What we are looking forward to is, 1, to get partnerships in financing. We're very delighted today, and we have a few ladies who are representing the Makueni women. We have the chair of management, the chair of supervisory, Margaret Choma, and 1 other member who are with us here. Now, with 800 women of Makueni, we believe we can change Makueni, and we are calling upon any investor to be confident Konza is the place to invest in. Thank you very much for all the support. Thank you, June, for giving us the opportunity. God bless you all.
Asante sana. 800 women. Where are the men? Sina ubaya, by the way. I do not want to lock you out, Dr. Lenga, but I only have 1 minute.
Thank you very much, CS, ICT, PS, Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy. My name is Dr. Charles Lange. I come from NEMA. I'm here to represent NEMA because NEMA, we have a lot of good partnerships with the Konza Technopolis in the development of this smart city. I want to say that indeed, NEMA, as many of you know, we are the principal instrument of government of Kenya in the implementation of the policies on all matters environment. And in order for us to grow a smart city here, we need sincerely to mainstream environmental issues here. I think we have developed good interactions with the Konza Technopolis Development Authority, and I want to say that CS we will continue to support this great institution so that we can have a smart city here. Already, as an agency, we have come under here. There's a presentation that is coming here, and CS, if you want, I've been given only 1 minute just to summarize and say that I would have given an extended presentation. But I want to say that already we have shown a lot of great interest here. We are coming here to partner with this institution here, particularly on matters e-waste. We are foreseeing that e-waste is going to be one of the greatest challenges. Already, we have research information that has said the country is facing one of the greatest challenges in terms of management of e-waste, which we know has a lot of implication in environmental and human health, because largely we only manage to sustainably manage 1% of our e-waste. The 90% is going to our open dump sites, where then is facing open burning, and the gases that come from there and go to our cities then is causing a lot of issues. And we have some of the information that we have it here. But we already have secured good funding from Global Environment Facility through World Bank in the tune of $8 million USD. That part of it is going to be dedicated for investment in a e-waste recycling facility here with economic approaches, so that at least we can also mainstream some of the economic approaches in line with the vision trend that we want to see transforming here. CS, we want to say that we are working very closely with this agency here, and if all goes well and we are able to get the land that we have requested for investment, before the end of this financial year, we will have the groundbreaking here, and we will see one of the best e-waste recycling facility for management of what we may get here in terms of e-waste here done in a sustainable way. I thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Daktari. He has promised to do groundbreaking. Daktari, just follow me. Kuja. You have the money, isn't it? But you don't have the land. Chairman, uko na shamba?
Who is saying they don't have the land? You get it today. Get it today.
So we are ready. One of our investors ready to groundbreak, isn't it? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to invite the PS who had already been introduced by the chairman to invite our guest speaker for the day. Asanteni.
Our CS, Cabinet Secretary, Information, Communication and Digital Economy, CS Eliud Owalo, Chairman KODA, Dr. Architect Ruben Mutiso, and the board members present, the Acting CEO, John Paul Okwiri, and the management team, good morning. It gives me a great pleasure to be here today and back at Konza Technopolis, a place I've spent my last almost 8 years. And it's quite exciting to see the progress so far. CS, as chairman mentioned, this project has made quite significant progress from the establishment of Vision 2030, the establishment of the organization in 2012, that is the KODA, and the onboarding of several partners. And this project has really benefited from global support. IFC helped us to establish the master plan, and it had a consortium of several companies. 2014, also we had an American company called Tetratech to help us to do the development guidelines, and also with several other consortium or companies, including local companies. And from 2015, we started onboarding various Kenyan professionals who did the architectural design of this building, and also the construction of this building, the design of the infrastructure. To this far we've come. Now we are discussing about investment. We really want to appreciate the interest received not only from the Kenyan investors but also global investors. We are proud of you, Makueni, the public sector entities, NCA, NEMA, NIC, and many of you who have shown interest, and even private young people like the one who has spoken here, who is setting up a facility to manufacture mobile device accessories. We are very proud of this. And CS, we also want you to really send our appreciation to the leadership of our country. This is one project which has transcended leadership. Founded under the leadership of President Mwai Kibaki, well supported during the leadership of President Uhuru, and Chairman did not mention some of the special guidance that gave us success was meetings between our board and the current president, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, which gave us really guidelines on how to unlock funding and to be able to walk the journey to where we are today. So today it's not my day. We are very excited to host you, our CS, and we are proud of the work you are doing in leading us to deliver the promise and the commitments that the government has made to our people in digitalization, digital superhighway, and ensuring we achieve the targets on the Wi-Fi, and also specific for Konza Technopolis, digital skills, and KAIST, and also the Kenya Open University, which the chairman has assured us within a few months the space we are occupying will be occupied by the Kenya Open University. So without much ado, it's really my great pleasure to invite our CS, our leader in the sector, CS Eliud Owalo, to give his remarks. Let's welcome CS.
Thank you. Okay. So PS, ICT and the digital economy, Bwana Engineer John Tanui, my friend, Architect Dr. Ruben Mutiso, the chairperson of KOTDA, the investors present here this morning, the board and management of KOTDA, staff, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is indeed my pleasure to join you this morning as we get a chance to interact with the real owners of Konza Technopolis, who in my view are the investors. Thank you for having confidence in us and for investing your resources in the Silicon Savannah dream. Indeed, the ICT sector is dynamic. There is no doubt the pace of change and innovation in the digital economy is already upon us. We have seen over the past decade or so a progressive shift in world economic power structures, with emerging markets taking center stage and playing an ever-growing role in global markets. A key factor contributing to this shift is technology, where we are seeing advancements in technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and blockchain transform every sector of our economy. Ladies and gentlemen, the ICT sector has grown in scope with the global demand for computer services, mobile data services, and high-speed internet connectivity. According to international market analysis, research and consulting group, the global ICT investment in government market size reached US $511.74 billion as at 2021. Kenya, as a country, has made considerable strides in putting in place enabling policies and programs over the past few years that have attracted investment in the ICT sector. The growth in ICT is more evident in the mobile market, with the country making huge strides by making it a priority area of development. The government's intention is to create a world-class technology hub to spur economic development with a focus on knowledge. We are therefore committed to providing an enabling environment to support, identify, develop, nurture, and expose talent as part of our job creation efforts. We have already undertaken to support software development, the creative economy, and private investors in Konza. So far, we are making it easy to do business in Konza through these incentives, ladies and gentlemen. I'm aware you are currently enjoying a discount in the cost of land here, and I'm also reliably informed that your construction materials costs will go down due to tax incentives that you have been provided for. Further, those investors interested in export have an opportunity to be licensed as special economic zone operators. Ladies and gentlemen, my presence here today is simply to assure you that the government is committed to developing Konza Technopolis to a world-class city. We have invested heavily in Konza, and we continue to build the capacity of the institution to deliver on its mandate. Further, my ministry is working to ensure that we deliver the Konza bill to properly anchor the institution in the law and to protect the investors' interests as required. We take note of the great progress that KODA has made, the phase 1 infrastructure development that is now at the final stages. The construction of the anchor tenant Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, KAIST, is progressing well through joint efforts coordinated by both my ministry and the Ministry of Education. Konza recently launched the Jitume program, a program that seeks to enable up to 1 million youth to onboard into the digital economy via access to borderless jobs in the next 3 years. We now have the National Data Center here at Konza, serving the government and leading our digitization agenda. And in the same vein, I ask the private sector to make good use of the data center facility, which is already domiciled here. So to our investors, you made the right decision to invest in Konza, and all we need to progress is to have you ground break, move your businesses here, and make Konza your home. We are available to unlock any challenges hindering you from moving to Konza to kick off your development. A few weeks ago, KODA held a session with financiers to ensure that we support the development of bankable solutions. Going forward, we expect financiers to consider funding investment within the Technopolis to benefit our investors and ensure that this city takes off. I challenge the Konza team to handhold investors to ensure that we package bankable solutions and ensure that our investors have real value and return on investment. At a policy level, we are available to ensure that we have the appropriate policies in place to promote the development of the city. We will ensure that from an incentive perspective, there are adequate policies, laws, and regulations that will facilitate private sector investment within Konza, ladies and gentlemen. As I conclude, let me reiterate that the government is committed to delivering Konza to the people of Kenya. We look forward to getting massive investments in this facility by way of manufacturing of both ICT, hardware, and software. We believe that in the not too distant future, we should see our first telephone manufacturing facility giving us the first output of cheap, affordable devices at a cost of not more than $40. We also envisage that in the not too distant future, we, through this facility, should become manufacturers of computer software. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we are committed to the fact that Konza is our envisaged Silicon Savannah, and through partnership with the private sector, we should be able to leverage on the facilities and infrastructure at Konza here and the attendant investment and research from the private sector to position Kenya effectively as the ICT hub of Africa, and by extension, position the country in the global marketplace by way of comparative advantage. I look forward to seeing more infrastructure, especially vertical smart projects, coming up within the next 1 year. Thank you very much, and we look forward to working closely with you. Asante sana.
I'd like to invite the chairman, the CEO, and the PS to come on stage. Can I have the microphone? Thank you. Stella Mimoro. Waziri, just in 1 minute, we'd like you to help us unveil our ISO certification. It's the first of its kind, so we are excited.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All protocols observed. In the interest of time, Bwana CS Chairman and I almost said Bwana CEO, Bwana PS, it's an emotional day for me when I see so many people here, which really validates our dream.
Yes.
And today I stand here to give the commitment of management to run this Technopolis authority, the Konza Technopolis Development Authority, in a manner that befits a smart city. One of the measures we have taken is that we have made our promises known to our investors and our stakeholders, and we have actually managed to get certification for ISO in the quality management systems. It is the first ISO certification we have got as an authority, and we are working on a second one for the data center. But today we are saying that we are committed to excellence. I did not hear any investor say they had a problem on the onboarding process. Our processes are transparent, they are open, they are consistent. It's a commitment that we have put on paper, and we've gotten the recognition and the certification that is ISO. So I want to give to June to do the preliminary.
So we would like to let the team help us. Maybe we can step out, Waziri, as we launch and exit. Okay. I think the stairs is here.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And as we launch ISO today, we are honored to invite the team that worked very hard to deliver ISO. We have our consultants from UNES. I think we have representation, and we also have our certifying body. We went for the best, and we were certified by Bureau Veritas. So we welcome Team Bureau Veritas to come in and support us as we officially receive our ISO certification, having gone through the processes, been audited externally, and be confirmed as we are following the standards for ISO 9001:2015. Thank you very much to our investors, partners. You can be confident that we will always deliver quality because we are guided by standards, and we will aspire to maintain those standards. And that is our first of many certifications. The second one that we are pursuing is ISO 27001, which is information security certification. We also have the smart cities certification, and all this will be coming. We also have additional data center certifications that we have in place. Thank you.
So we'll just take a short photo. Josephine, please take over the program from here, but we just want to take a photo with ISO as we allow our guests to leave. Makofi tafadhali. With your permission, Waziri, Agatha will lead the management as we bid our guests goodbye. And we hand over the program to Madam Josephine Nambuki.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our guests, for honoring our invitation. Our CS, Asante Sana. Our PS, we appreciate you. Our investors, our guests of honors today, thank you for coming in good numbers. Both sides of the hall. And really, it's still 9 o'clock. We are yet to get to 10. This is your day. This is your day. We really look forward to ensuring that we can give you an opportunity to connect, create those meaningful connections that will allow us to go to the next level that is vertical and accelerating our impact as Konza Technopolis. At this point, I want to welcome our choir. We have our Machakos University choir. Very good, our immediate partnering institution. So I want to welcome them for an entertainment interlude. Please come on stage and take the space. Choir, you have a chance to give us 3 numbers. I would like to call them 3 hot numbers. Karibuni sana.
Bianwa Joseph Willivianwa, Naomi Willivianwa, na Joseph Willivianwa, Naomi Willivianwa, Bianwa. Madam Willivianwa, na Shadow Willivianwa, Madam Willivianwa, na Shadow Willivianwa,
Oya atuimbe, oya
mpigo, tucheze ngoma tukisherekea.
Njoni wazee, njoni kwa mpigo, tucheze ngoma tukisherekea.
Njoni wazee, njoni kwa mpigo, tucheze ngoma tukisherekea.
Njoni wazee, njoni kwa mpigo, tucheze ngoma tukisherekea. Kungulu kungulu pangala pangala tundulu tundulu. Kungulu kungulu pangala pangala tundulu tundulu. Oya atuimbe, oya atucheze, oya aturuke tukisherekea. Oya atuimbe, oya atucheze, oya aturuke tukisherekea.
Anaingia baba chumbani,
Anaingia baba chumbani, analipsikia pindi kipajini. Mama anatoka kumpokea mumewe, na mara ghafla macho inakuwa kuwa. Mama anatoka kumpokea mumewe, na mara ghafla macho inakuwa kuwa. Anaingia baba chumbani, analipsikia pingi kipajini. Mama anatoka kumpokea mumewe, na mara ghafla macho inakuwa kuwa. Mama anatoka kumpokea mumewe, na mara ghafla macho inakuwa kuwa.
mama nauliza,
Watoka wapi?
nimetoka kazini.
Umekuwa na nani?
Na ndugu yangu Joni.
Na ulipita wapi?
Sitapita popote, nimetoka kazini nikaja huku nyumbani.
Nalisikia pingi kipajini, yafanya nini?
Ati?
Nalisikia pingi kipajini, yafanya nini?
Nasikia roho ya mama inadunda humu kifuani.
Inatoka kutoka, baba ameogopa, inatoka kutoka, baba ameogopa.
Kumena tena la ndoa ile ya ndoa.
Acha we, acha
tabia mbaya.
Acha we, acha
kuna nidhamu.
Acha we, acha
tabia mbaya.
Acha
kumena tena la ndoa nje ya ndoa.
Acha we, acha
tabia mbaya.
Acha we, acha
kuna nidhamu.
Acha we, acha
tabia mbaya.
Acha
kumena tena la ndoa nje ya ndoa.
Acha we, acha
tabia mbaya.
Acha we, acha
kuna nidhamu.
Acha we, acha
tabia mbaya.
Acha. Anaingia baba chumbani, analipsikia pingi kipajini. Mama anatoka kumpokea mumewe, na mara ghafla macho inakuwa kuwa. Mama anatoka kumpokea mumewe, na mara ghafla macho inakuwa kuwa.
Mama nauliza,
Watoka wapi?
nimetoka kazini.
Umekuwa na nani?
Na ndugu yangu Joni.
Na ulipita wapi?
Sitapita popote, nimetoka kazini nikaja huku nyumbani.
Nalisikia pingi kipajini, yafanya nini?
Ati?
Nalisikia pingi kipajini, yafanya nini?
Nasikia roho ya mama inadunda humo kifuani,
inataka kutoka Baba umeogopa inataka kutoka Baba umeogopa
kupenda tena la ndoa nje ya ndoa,
acha we acha
tabia mbaya,
acha we acha
una nidhamu,
acha we acha
tabia mbaya,
acha we acha
kupenda tena la ndoa nje ya ndoa,
acha we acha
tabia mbaya,
acha we acha
una nidhamu,
acha we acha
tabia mbaya,
acha
kupenda tena la ndoa nje ya ndoa,
acha we acha
tabia mbaya,
acha we acha
una nidhamu,
acha we acha
tabia mbaya,
acha
Thank you very much, our choir. I think we've all heard the popular lyrics to Kungulu Kungulu, Tundulu Tundulu. The song is always a rib cracker. Thank you very much. Today is our day. Let me reiterate the fact that today is our day, and our chief guests are our investors and our partners that we have worked with and are looking forward to settle at Konza Technopolis. And therefore, I want to welcome all our investors, all our partners, potential investors, curious attendees. Please feel welcome to this investor conference. Our investor conference is themed Open for Business and meaningful connections to enable us move to the next level. We are at a stage where we really need to increase our population. You've heard about the number of projects that are groundbreaking. Our office complex is almost full. So we were asking you, where are you working from? Why are you not here? How can we help you join us so that the next time we are having the next investor conference, you're actually just walking from your office perhaps to this destination. That said, we still have an opportunity for another round of entertainment. So Machakos School, please come Machakos University Choir, please come for one or two more as we start. Our program will include a site visit. I don't know the last time you were here, so we want you to experience the programs as they develop and the projects as they move, because you will be surprised at how far the Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology has progressed since the last time you were here. So I want to welcome Machakos team. Please come give us one or two numbers. I will signal you so that then we can get into the second set of our program, which will be more about listening again to some of our investors and their visions and their timelines as we move on in that manner. Karibuni sana. And as they entertain us, please, if you need to take a short break, this is it. But don't take too long. We will be getting back to the second round of presentations in about 5 minutes. If the music is very nice, you can stand up and move around to the tune so that then you also enjoy. Thank you so much for those good numbers. Very entertaining. Thank you.
To tell the world what is new in orthopedic care. I can see the slides have come up. In the background is our logo and what we expect the institute to look like. I need to move the slides. I don't know how we'll know where I am. That's where we are in Konza. You can see whether you are our neighbor. The hospital components. There's going to be 3 or so highly specialized areas. There's something we call a bone bank. We know about blood banking, but we have not heard about bone bank. That is one of the special features of this unit. In other words, when somebody does not need a bone. For example, when we are doing joint replacement, there are bones we remove. Instead of throwing them away, now we'll have a place in Africa, is in South Africa. Development is space development. You cannot build a hospital and then you don't know where the facilities will be. We have done that. In other words, we know where the lab will be, the X-ray, the mortuary, and so on, which really takes a lot of time. Otherwise, you'll be breaking walls and pushing things across. And because the development in terms of drawing has been done, the access and circulation is architectural work, it is done. something the architects call the massing concept, and development is done, and a bit of the kind of space we are talking about. The space usually determines the cost, and looking at the space given on the other side, our estimated cost is around 5 billion. Again, a bit of what the architects have designed. I'm not an architect, it's difficult for me to describe that. The building footprint, we shall have a parking lot. So for those of our clients who come in, I know you'll need a place to park, and that is how it is designed. We are environmentally friendly, and that's how it shall look. Environment is part of healing. Once we have given you the tablets to swallow, we have fixed the metal and the implant looks nice, you need a good healing environment. After the architects have done their thinking through what we have told them, those are the options they have given us, and we expect to look like that before the year 2030. We expect to start anytime around December. That's a program. I've said that we have already gotten the land. We are in the process. We have done our feasibility study, therefore we are ready. The next phase is, of course, the architectural drawings, and then the funds. The biggest challenge, of course, we are facing is the issue of fundraising. Remember that we've got, what we are looking at in terms of financing is quite a lot will go into equity. We expect our members to participate. We have got about 200 members who are orthopedic surgeons, and then we shall look at debt. Interests are high. We have to look for friendly banks. We have seen them down there. We hope they'll come up with good rates. So thank you very much. That is just what we have to present for Konza. This will be a specialized hospital. It will be a center of excellence. Will be a referral center for the East African region. And of course, health is everything. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. You've heard that the best in health sector is coming at Konza, and this is one of many. We have many more other investors within the health sector band at Konza. Health is actually one of our core clusters, and we talk about what is One Health: the health of the human, the health of the animal, and the health of the plant. And when we talk about the human health, is across the value chain, from pharmaceuticals to Medicare, preventive, curative, and management process. We have the health of the plant. We are talking about urban farming technologies, climate resilience agriculture, hydroponics, aquaponics, all those technologies. And we talk about the health of the animals. You know, we are in the wildlife corridor, and we want to conserve our fauna and flora, and technologies around and research around the wildlife and the animals and the biodiversity that we have at Konza is also very important. Someone told me that this place is very well endowed with snakes. And actually, there is huge business around the venom and how venom is used for Medicare and, you know, anti-venom and all that. And perhaps, you never know, the next research center on venom might be here because the ingredients are already with us. And with that, I say thank you very much for that presentation. You'll allow me to do one more retake, and this is because we are honored to have the presence of the CEO of the Bureau Veritas. This is a team that certified the authority as an ISO certified Technopolis, and I think it's good to hear from the horse's mouth what it took. It was a 2-year project that the team went, and also we have our partners and consulting team from the University of Nairobi Enterprise team that also worked very closely with Konza during that process, around 2 years. So I will invite the CEO of UNES to come and make some remarks. He will then be joined by our chairman and CEO as we do a photo opportunity, and also we will have the UNES representative to join the team in that short presentation. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, on behalf of Bureau Veritas, just for those who do not understand who Bureau Veritas is, Bureau Veritas is a global certification company, and we operate in more than 140 countries all over the world. And our main goal is to certify companies, ensure that they are following a system, a quality management system, or an environmental management system that complies to certain standards. Now, we are here today, and I must say that I'm quite pleased to see that after rigorous training, rigorous audits, Konza Technopolis Development Authority has finally reached this milestone. Now, for those of you who might think it's easy, we are talking about 2 years, and it involves quite a lot of work, a lot of auditing. And when I was looking through the files before I set out for this occasion, I looked through the files, I talked to some of the auditors who were here to turn things around, and I was convinced that our auditors did quite a good job to ensure that every box was ticked to confirm that this institution has indeed met all the requirements for ISO 9000-2015. So I would like to congratulate you for this milestone, and it comes at a good time when we are setting up a base, and you are here to demonstrate to the investors that indeed you have a system that should then start to take in their needs and support all their requirements. So thank you very much again, and indeed we are very grateful to be part of this journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think, CEO, you'll be joined by our acting CEO and our chairman. I also want to invite one representative from the University of Nairobi, UNES team, to also join, and perhaps in 1 minute talk about the journey to Mount Kenya, as we used to call it. I know we have Gertrude in the room. Gertrude?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gertrude Surumo. I'm a projects officer at UNES Consultancy. UNES is the University of Nairobi Enterprises and Services Limited. We are, can I say, a long-serving partner with Konza. We started our journey far, far long ago when we were doing the master plan together with Tetra Tech. And we are also the ones supervising the construction you're seeing here for the complex facility. It's actually our great honor and pleasure to be part of the team that started this journey of ISO. When we started the journey together with the now acting CEO, JP, it was really not clear how we would get here, and even as Josephine joined us, we were not really sure. But it took us quite some time, and I'm happy that we are here today to launch the ISO. And together with Bureau Veritas, they've said we really did a fairly good job to start from scratch, coming up with the entire, for those of you who know ISO, it's not a one-day journey. You have to come up with the procedures and the processes and make sure they're in line with the ISO 9001-2015. So it's an honor and a privilege today to be part of this team. I'll welcome my colleague, Mr. Francis Juma, who was one of the facilitators in terms of the consultants who worked with us through this journey. And then now we can proceed. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Good morning. I hope it's still morning. I'm delighted to be here on the launch of the ISO 9001. We were part of the team, and we wish COSDA the best as they comply with the requirements of the standard. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I think this is the moment we want to just have a ceremonial handover of the certificate from the CEO, Bureau Veritas, to CEO Konza Technopolis with witness the chair. So my technical team, please support me. We have the certificate somewhere there. It can come to the stage so that it be presented to our CEO. Please. Anna? Or Agatha? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, team, and to the fantastic champions, ISO auditors, congratulations, this is your day. As we come to the end of that short session, I want to welcome representatives from ACK to come and talk to us about their project. ACK, we want to hear what your vision is, how far you've gone, if there are any challenges. Perhaps your solutions are seated in this hall. And even as the team from Kenya Orthopedic spoke, they talked about access to financing. So at Konza, we have investors who have gone through a process of, and financial diligence, due diligence is one of those. So we have capable investors and bankable investors. And last week we had a financiers forum where we called together all the financing institutions and told them now we need to work with you because we have investors ready. They need you to work with them so that they can accelerate and bring their projects to life. So yes, I want to mention that yes, these financiers were in a hall, almost half what we have today. And they committed to work with Konza to enable the realization of these projects. So we will be facilitating connections to access to finance, and also we are pursuing innovative financing models and options to allow us unlock the next phase as we move towards 2030. So please don't, if you need our help, please know that we have our one-stop shop and we will be able to work with you to unlock those solutions. Welcome, SEK team. Thank you.
I greet you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Good morning. I'm Wilberforce Wangalwa, and I'm here on behalf of the Archbishop of the Anglican Church of Kenya, the Most Reverend Dr. Jackson Ole Sapit, who was invited to come, and he looked at his diary and realized that he can't make it today. so he requested me to come and make this presentation. I work in his office as the Director of Education and Training, and that involves all types of education and training in the whole country. Maybe just a little bit of history. Who are we? The Anglican Church of Kenya was established in this country in the year of our Lord 1844, and the first thing that we did was to start an education enterprise, because we say with a little bit of some pride that you cannot be an Anglican unless you are educated. So the first thing that we do is to educate people so that they can know what they believe in, and they can read what they believe in, and they can practice what they believe in. And so that became the business of the church from 1844, to offer an education to Africans. And as this went on, the question was, which type of education are we going to offer the people? And the education was supposed to achieve 1, self-sustainability, 2, self-governing, and 3, self-propagating. What were the pillars of that education? 1, it had to appeal to our mind, to transform our mind. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will know the good and perfect will of the Lord concerning you. And that conformation maybe is what Kenya has gone through for a long time, and this city is giving us a chance to get transformed and to renew our mind so that we think differently. The second thing that education appealed to was our faith. What do you believe in? Every human being, whether you like it or not, you believe in something supernatural. And, well, it just depends on what that supernatural is. Our supernatural being is our Father in heaven, who sent his Son to die for us. That is what we believe in. And so the art of believing is something that grows in us, and it has to be grown and nurtured. And the third tool is the skills development. How do we develop skills in people so that people are able then to be relevant to the society that they are living in? Now, throughout the period that the church offered that education, up to around 1920, those 3 pillars were emphasized. And of course, the fourth and very important one was relationships. How do we establish relationships so that people can see each other as brothers, irrespective of their tribe or creed? And now, so we started struggling with education, of course, when we became colonized. And the colonial government altered our education system in this country and provided us with education which says, someni vijana, mweke tena bidii, mwisho wa kusoma mtapata kazi nzuri sana. So our education later on focused on people being employed, other than people getting relevant skills that can transform their communities that they are living in. These are issues that we grapple with every now and then. And even as we try doing education reforms, we end up with these issues confronting us. And even in the incoming education system, the CBC, if you carefully look at it, is just trying to address those issues which the church was addressing in 1844. So we still find ourselves relevant, that despite the fact that we have been associated with the establishment of big schools in this country, such as Nairobi School, Kenya High, Alliance High School, Lenana School, Maseno School, Maranda, and name it, Moi Girls, Eldoret, Nakuru High School, and so on and so forth, schools that had such a strong technological and academic and socialization impact to our people. we have somehow always dragged ourselves towards an area of what is called grammar education. And grammar education in Britain was offered to the nobles, to the royals, to the priests who sought to learn language, philosophy, and the like, and that was it. Until when the church in 1814 said, we have to offer these publicans something that is different, something that will enable them thrive and take up responsibility of their lives and do things differently for themselves and the country. And so the church started in Britain within the school. Well, 2 acres is quite a small piece of land. But then, how will they be traveling? How will they be moving? How will they be learning? All that will be to the top-notch technology. Now, providing education is not cheap. Our estimate is that just the physical layout alone of phase 1 is going to cost about 73 million. That is the infrastructure alone. Now, we are talking about equipping. We are talking about human resource. We are talking about other facilities that the institution will require. And all this is a heavy investment. So our prayer is that all of us will be excited about setting up a very robust education system in this place, so that as our children come to this place, and as we live in this place, and I'm hoping everybody who is under 60 and has grandchildren, or even the 90-year-olds, they have their grandchildren, great-grandchildren, Konza will be the place to be. And as they come here, they'll not need to take their children out of the city to any other school out there, but they'll get an education that befits them, that befits what this city stands for. Our projection for completion of this project is 36 months. We have a layout of everything. We have the chart and our work timelines all laid out. And at this point, we already have our plot allocated to us, and we have paid for it. We are now at the stage of comparing our drawings with our architects and what the Konza city requires. And as soon as this is done, we are hoping that we'll be able to take off, and this project will be a pioneer learning project in this city, and it will be a transformative type of education, not only for this city, but the rest of the country, because this will model what current and modern education is about and what every child in this country should be getting. So for us, it's a prototype, and we thank God for giving us the privilege of being able to engage with this city. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. We have a school, and so for those who are asking, where will my children go to school? You've heard that we have one of the best facilities, educational facilities, coming up at Konza. We have also heard that we'll also have a Medicare. So you will not ask, where am I going to hospital? The hospital will be at Konza. At this point, I want to inquire or invite the presence of the National Housing Corporation. We have a speaker, or they are one of our partners, and we want to hear about what the National Housing Corporation is doing at Konza. Many people ask, so where are the houses, and where do you live? I can say we have worked at Konza for 3 years now. This is our office, our reporting office every morning. We have not lacked a place to take our children to school, and they are there, and we live very close. In fact, I normally say my quality of life has improved since I moved to Konza, because my way to work is really comfortable, is really nice, that I get to interact with some giraffes, some antelopes, and zebras every other morning. Really is quite uplifting for the soul. So, National Housing Corporation, are we represented yet? Okay, if not, we want now to take us to the next level. We have been hearing from our partners, our investors, on what projects they're putting up at Konza. But also we wanted to share with you, so what's different from the last time we had an investor conference until today? What has happened? And this will be shared by our manager in charge of investor facilitation, Agatha Kakui, to just come and talk to us about the developments going on at Konza so that you can see the movement and the progress that we are making between meetings. Welcome, Agatha.
Somewhere. Okay, thank you very much. All protocols observed. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Agatha Kakui. I work in Business Development Department in charge of investor facilitation and the one-stop shop services. I think we've interacted with most of us, our esteemed investors. Give me a minute. And so I will be taking you through the presentation on the status of the Technopolis development, what you can see physically outside when we do the tour or the site tour, and also what is on plan, what is on paper. We'll also be able to take you through that. Our investors and our visitors, we are quite well aware that we are a smart city. We are developing a smart city, a Government of Kenya Vision 2030 project. And so location-wise, those who came from Nairobi, we are 60 kilometers from the CBD, Nairobi. We are looking at having 180,000 residents when it is fully done, and giving us a population of 240,000. We are on a 5,000 acres master plan. Where planning began before we started onboarding developers. We are looking at a 1.5 trillion investment project in Konza with over 3,000 workers that were already onboarded by close of the year 2022. This is looking at employees of the authority, that is Konza Technopolis Development Authority, and also the different sites that are currently under development with our main contractor and the subcontractors. And so we are looking at contributing a minimum of 2% GDP contribution to the economy. And so Matters Master Plan, I may not really touch because I know our architect, chief manager, physical planning has something on that scope. But we have already developed phase 1, 147 parcels, where 80% has already been taken up by the private developers. I've already mentioned that we are a Vision 2030 project with the key pillars as ICT and IT-enabled services, looking at engineering and also life sciences as our key drivers for the proposed development. So majorly, we are looking at infrastructure development. This is the physical horizontal works that you can see, or rather that has been done of a 40-kilometer road network that has been developed. And we are also looking at the verticals, the physical developments by the investors, the private developers, and also the government entities or agencies that have taken up space. We are looking at knowledge economy and innovation, the tech professionals, bringing them on board here, supporting the startups, SMEs, academia, among other proposed projects. Now, The theme for our second strategic plan that is running between 2021 to 2025 is looking at accelerating the impact of Konza Technopolis. We chose to accelerate because the major funding and development has already taken place. The normal way of selling a parcel of land is where it has to be demarcated. It has to be cut into a particular size. Say 50 by 100, that is a plot. We don't have that. We have parcels ranging from 1 to 3 acres, on average 2 acres, and that has been already done. The government has supported the horizontal infrastructure and some key aspects and components of the infrastructure that is required to make the city workable and also livable. And that is the reason why, with all that support from the government, we had to look at how to accelerate. You know, where the plane has taken off and we are at cruise level. We are looking at attracting investors. And so we have our key strategic priorities for the period that began in 2021, going to 2025. We want to onboard more investors. The physical planning for phase 2 and 3 was done, and so we are looking at the beaconing stage, the demarcating and all that, budget allowing. And so at this phase, we can say we've already onboarded investors, and that is the reason why we have this population here today, taking over 80% of phase 1 and looking to develop, or rather to do different projects in Konza. And so we are accelerating this to make sure that we have deeper relationship with our investors, even matching them with key other support systems like the financiers, looking at suppliers, among others. The second priority is the knowledge economy and innovation. We have the smart city services. We have a data center tier 3 certified that is commercialized, is fully done. We have onboarded clients taking up storage spaces and related services in the data center. We have physical planning, infrastructure and environment. You heard what NEMA, Dr. Lange, spoke about, the e-waste facilities that are coming here, the planning that preceded the uptake and the development to make the city, the master plan, a smart one. We have the smart governance, institutional transformation and growth, organizational culture to make sure that we have the right foundations in place for the city that is being developed. Our status, the numbers, the actual numbers. We have sold 80% of phase 1 to our investors. And this composition is made up of the government entities, KOTDA, Konza Technopolis Development Authority, and the private investors. So we have those 3 key categorization, which has taken 80% of the parcels in phase 1. In terms of infrastructure development, 85% has been done. Of what you will see when we do the site tour, that is 85%, and so the rest is nearing completion. The jobs that were created as at close of the year December 2022, we have over 3,000 jobs that have been created. And this has given back to the community paying salaries up to 50 million. And so that is the uptake so far. I want to touch lightly on the infrastructure that you can see. We have KOTDA-led projects. Our head office here has 3 other components. We call this building the cradle. And so it is coming up with a conference facility directly outside where we are. And there's an hotel that is also planned to take place along the building to give it the 3 components in one. We have the horizontal infrastructure that has already taken place. As you could see, the 40-kilometer road network that has been done and all the amenities fitted to make sure that our investors come and find a ready site. You just plug and play, if not dance. We have the furnished apartments coming up right behind the parcels that are taken up by the National Construction Authority. The 3 parcels are directly behind our head office building, and so the furnished apartments are also coming up there. We have the investor-led projects. I will mention by interest. We do sign non-disclosure agreements with our investors for documentation purposes and also for for information sharing. And so we have developers in all the clusters. In the life sciences band, we have an hospital that is coming. Oncology, the developer is a South African looking for operators from Kenya. Dr. Kilonzo spoke about the Kenya Orthopedic Association developing a trauma center. We are also working with the Ministry of Health to develop level 6+ hospital in Konza. That is to complement our Kenyatta National Hospital. And we also have smart vaccine production facility that is coming up, among other key projects in the life sciences band, which is also in the technology band. We have investments in solar and even wind farms, residential developments by our investors. I would need to mention that the residential band is fully sold out in phase 1. And that is the reason why we are accelerating the provisions of the phase 2 and phase 3 parcels to be ready for uptake by investors. Office blocks, schools, we are looking at how our pupils, our students will be able to school here. And that is how now SEK is coming up to bring us a school here. Light industry facilities, we have investors who are even ready to do groundbreaking in the course of this financial year that is ending in June. Commercial development centers of mixed-use development, all of them are coming up. The government agencies that have taken up space, other than COTDA, we've heard about NCA doing the CCID, National Housing Corporation, that is our partner in housing. They are looking to develop 5,000 housing units, but their phase 1 is doing 168 units comprising of studios, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom apartments, where we are looking at marketing those apartments jointly with National Housing to make sure that they are taken up and we move to another phase. We are looking at Ketraco. Ketraco is already on the ground. This is the transmitter for power. So Matters Power, we can say we have the reliability required for our manufacturers, for our investors to run their business. Digital Media City, we are already done with a feasibility study that showed the viability of the project in Konza, and so we are mobilizing and master plan development for the development of a digital media city. The conference facility, this is looking at to be completed to host some of the ISP, International Association of Science Park and Areas of Innovation conference that will be held here in Konza, or rather will be held by Konza in September 2024. And so we are looking at positioning Konza as a conference destination to reroute most of the operations that take place in Naivasha, take place in Mombasa, elsewhere, to bring them to Konza for that reason. And so we will also be seeing physically where the structure is outside, and it is also at nearing completion. The Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, this is a graduate-only university that is being developed currently. The contractor is on site and will also be able to see the status of that development. This is looking at courses in STEM, research in STEM, postgraduate, and it began in 2021. The actual development currently at 30% development. That is for the first faculty that is looking to admit students in Q1 of the year 2024. Matters Housing, we need to host 180 residents. We are looking at 70% of the workers working and living in Konza. The rest of the 30% could go home in the nearby, in the ecosystem that is stretching all the way to Nairobi, to Thika Road, enabled by the infrastructure development that is currently happening. You've seen the expressway that has really supported access to Mombasa Road, Konza, the dualling of Mombasa Road from Athi River all the way to Machakos Junction. Now, I need to mention that groundbreaking for national housing is scheduled for June 2023. They were to do a presentation and they are still on their way here. And so we are looking at hosting most of our workers to make sure that there is output in the different offices and companies that will be employing in Kenya, in Konza. So for this substation, Matters Power, Ketraco is developing a 400 kV substation. It is one of the largest substations in East and Central Africa to transmit power to support Konza and the nearby ecosystem in terms of power reliability. In terms of the smart city aspects, we have a data center, a Tier 3 certified data center that is at commercial stage, offering cloud services, both enterprise and government, to support the operations of the Technopolis and also other businesses. And also there's a disaster recovery center that is also under construction nearing completion. I mentioned about the digital media city that we are looking at in the master plan for phase 2 in the commercial band and technology band to position Kenya as an attractive filming location of international standards. And a feasibility study was done and pre-feasibility that showed the viability of the project. And so we are looking at TV and broadcasting, film, entertainment, animation, etc., even ICT, both soft and the hardware side. And so that will take around 130 acres in phase 2. In terms of light manufacturing, this is one of our key enablers to support the creation of jobs in Konza. And we have onboarded investors in terms of light manufacturing, looking at plumbing materials, looking at fiber optic materials, among others. And so we are creating a center of excellence in terms of the light manufacturing to create a hub that is going to support production. We are a special economic zone, and so all the benefits that have been given out through the Special Economic Zones Authority are accruing to our investors, all the developers, contractors, and even to KOTDA to accrue these benefits that come. We are also looking at designating a section of the SEZ as an EPZ, again to support manufacturing for export purposes. For the infrastructure development that has taken place, the photos that you can see, we are looking at the sources of water. There are 3 main sources of water. We have some boreholes that are functional. We also have an all-to-reach line that is supporting our developments and usage. And we also have overall anticipation for water supply from the Thwake Dam. We have already a water reclamation facility in place that has been developed. We have a water treatment plant where we are looking at all the water that is used, availed and used, being treated to 97% reuse for the sustainability and green aspects of the city. Energy, there's a solar park that we have onboarded an investor for solar power, and also for wind that we are looking at to make sure that we have additional sources of power in Konza. Dualing of the road, I did mention that we are working closely with the relevant bodies to see how that dualing can extend from Machakos Junction all the way to Konza Technopolis. In terms of transportation, again, we are working with KCAA and KAA to establish an airport in Konza, to establish also a drone zone. And this, again, we have advanced discussions to open up Konza because we are looking at how, other than connectivity, we open up Konza for business. The theme of the conference, to trade in Konza, to make money, to do business, to interact, to meet, convene, and even hold meetings in Konza. In terms of the data center, again, our Tier 3 data center is operational. We have clients that have already been onboarded, taken up space, and having their data stored in Konza. Let me talk about Kenya as a tech talent hub. We launched Jitume in December 2022. This is a program, Jitume is a program through the Ministry of ICT that seeks to train and connect over 1 million Kenyans to jobs in digital economy. You know the trouble of seeking for a job in Kenya. So we are looking at how this makes it easy to train our young graduates, over 1 million of them, to train them and also to connect them to jobs that are ICT related. So far, we have launched 4 labs in the country. We have issued 25,000 VDIs, virtual desktop infrastructure services, and we are looking at training we have already trained 20,000 Kenyans since the launch in December, and this is progressing month on month to make the numbers realistic by attaining 1 million. These are some of the photos of our startups that we support, looking at how we even build a fund to support the startups, to make sure that they grow, they accelerate, and they meet their targets. The skills, the skill set, the tool set, the mindset for all these startups and the projects that we have undertaken so far. You can see the photos that have been displayed. And now we look at our key priorities, immediate. In the next 6 months, we are in January 2023. In the next 6 months, we should be closing the financial year. In government, the financial year runs from 1st July to 30th June. And so our immediate priority to support government, to offer government solutions, to support the digitalization agenda of the government by providing emails, VDIs, idea hubs, etc. We are also looking at operationalizing fully the data center and also the data recovery by June 2023. Jitume has kicked off, the one that is looking at training over 1 million people. It has already kicked off, and we are looking at how we accelerate the same. Creative economy programs, looking at photography and videography, and also housing in Konza. This is our key focus, looking at, because most of our investors, especially the international investors, ask us, where will we live? Where will our workers live? So we are looking at groundbreaking for National Housing Corporation for the 168 apartments, and also groundbreaking by other developers who have taken up space. We are also looking at launching an open university, with both virtual and physical presence in Konza. In the next short term, 6 to 18 months, we want to deepen the support to government in all the platform, accelerate the Jitume to make sure that the numbers are reached, official opening of KAIST, the Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. We've indicated that we will have the onboarding of the first students in the first quarter of the year 2024. ISP Global Conference, we are hosting this in 2024, September. We are providing co-working spaces, among others. Medium term, looking at 18 to 36 months. Again, we want to move the ecosystem to a higher level, supporting with a startup fund for the innovators, for the startups. Groundbreaking for the digital media city for filming and also recreation, talent building with over 500,000 people to be trained via Jitume program. I can see Josephine wants me to leave the podium, but Josephine, give me a minute, I finish. I mean, I'll not get out very easily, so Tulia. We're looking at, in the next 3 to 5 years, what is it we want to accomplish? Phase 2 verticals. Remember, in this period, we'll have been done with phase 1, or at least our phase 1 verticals done 70%. So we're looking at phase 2 verticals, the software companies that will be operating, or ICT companies operating in Konza, that they will grow, hosting 80%, robust knowledge economy to make sure that we grow in this sector, operationalization of the digital media city whose development is supposed to be starting in the next 18 months, and also other solutions. Again, looking at the GDP contribution and jobs creation. Josephine, I think you are lucky now. I mean, it's time to invest in Konza. It's time to develop. We are looking at the vertical developments so that people don't say we are seeing one building, a lone building, or 2 buildings, or 3. We want to have our investors ground break. Our target is to have at least 3 to 5 vertical development starting off in the course of this year. Thank you so much. This is Konza in the evening, those who use Mombasa Road. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Agatha. Agatha has walked the journey with many of us, and I think we all make a call in the course of onboarding many, many times. So you can see Konza is happening. We are open for business. Come in and let us work together. We really can't wait to open our doors and welcome you and work with you as colleagues. Now, moving on, I want us to get to understand. So now that we are ready to move, how do we move? And to go to the next phase of development towards vertical, I will invite my colleague, Architect Anna Musimi, who is going to demystify. Actually, she said she wants to demystify the master plan and the route to build. So a few moments as we welcome Architect Anna to tell us what next after you have your stand premium. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Josephine. I'm Anna. I'm an architect by profession. I'm in charge of physical planning, design and compliance at the Technopolis. In the interest of time, we'll be very quick. Just doing what Josephine has said, demystifying this master plan and what it is we need to do as we go to the next stages of development. I request yes, thank you. So our master plan is within the 5,000 acres, but we are in liaison with Machakos County Government, Kajiado, and Makueni, as we try to influence what is happening within our buffer zone. We need to note that buffer zone area has conservation area, which is shown as green in what has been projected. It has modern commercial agriculture area, which is zone B. You can see that color. And then there's urban land use, which is next to Konza Technopolis. We're just trying to ensure that that land is synchronized with what you're doing. Next, please. As mentioned by Manager Investor Facilitation, we have done planning for phase 2, and soon we'll be doing infrastructure, and therefore we welcome investors to invest in this. In a nutshell, we have different land uses, and we've given the land bank. I just want to mention issues of residential. We have like 400 acres. We are big in technology. We have around 320 acres. For Konza master plan to be developed and implemented as a smart city, we have environmental or conservation areas taking around 700 acres. Just to ensure when you do your development, then it fits a smart city. We've used principles when planning the city, which we have infused in every aspect of this city in the master plan or the physical plan. And these are around smart living. Next, please. We'll elaborate them in the next presentations. For smart living, the whole master plan, 5,000 acres, have up to around 7 neighborhoods. The idea is within 500 meters from where you are, you can get a social amenity, including a school, a church, a mosque. But you can also have your office, and you can have a market. That is the current trend in smart cities and sustainable cities. We're also looking at safe travel times, and that's where you find all your parcels are corner plots. They have roads around the 4 sides. That is to ensure when you develop, then you'll be in a smart area. Principles of smart cities require smart mobility. Smart mobility is about integrated infrastructure. And we have sets of auto boulevards which are 60-meter wide, others 40-meter wide, and the smallest road infrastructure is 20-meter wide. All of those have pedestrian and cyclist ways. We are talking of such infrastructure to accommodate driverless cars. So investors who are here, that is the environment we'll be living in. We are integrating intelligent traffic cameras, and that has been provided for in the master plan. We're also doing digital signage, smart bus stops in accordance to the master plan. I just want to mention that this master plan we're talking about has already been approved from the Ministry of Lands, and we're doing survey work currently. And a smart environment, just to mention that you're going to have some sport complex, around 80 acres. We have botanical gardens. We have amusement parks. We have arboretums. We have bicycle tracks, urban parks, pocket parks, as you can see projected. Now, we have infused, or we've put as a requirement that our buildings are going to be certified to green standards. So when you go to permitting and request our investors to get green certification, this is to ensure that we tick the box of smart environment so that we can live our vision of a global technopolis and an innovation hub. We have provided master plan drone zones and solid waste systems. All utilities are automated. Please note, and the environment, we've planned around 34.75% of the 5,000 acres. The master plan has also encouraged the smart people, which is about 21st century education, and we have a whole band, which is under university band, and our anchor tenancy, as said earlier, has started construction. We're also working around smart governance. That's why we have parcels on IOC, where our intelligence system is going to be done. We actually have planned 2 of them, one in phase 1 and another to take care of phase 2 and phase 3. We have planned a master plan that will support smart economy, where we have local and global business interconnectivity, and also the type of production we'll be doing here, from light industrial to commercial, will be supported technologically. Now, how do we then implement or build that smart city? As Kotda board and management, we are determined to put some record that now that we are very good in planning, we want to do a record of being very good in implementation, so that we see physically the dream which we are dreaming as we do planning. Now, to implement the master plan as planned, then we had to come up with tools. And those tools are the regulations which are there. We have a physical development code, which is referred to as you'll sign your leases. And we have parcel registers and parcel location worksheets. We've also come up with a set of development guidelines, which will ensure that if followed, then we implement a smart and sustainable city. Now, we have the technical process. After you get your land allocated, we go to permitting and development control. During permitting, we have different steps and applications. I want to announce that we are 80% automated. The investors whom we have dealt with the initial applications, you know, we have given you a link, and therefore currently our permitting is being done online. We are talking of up to 2 days to check your documents, up to 15 days to have technical reviews. It needs to be noted that this technical review is to look at your designs against the set standards, which I've just elaborated, to ensure when you go to construction, then we come up with a smart city as per our vision. We'll do a report and we'll have a meeting within 1 day. We are talking of up to, which means within a day each step can actually be done as powered by technology. And this process starts with a meeting, we call it orientation meeting. Then you go to your first application. Then we look at your site planning issues. Then we issue you a construction permit. When we give you construction permit, then we go for construction compliance. And construction compliance is currently 100% automated, where you give us your reports. We do monthly meetings, but CODA does impromptu inspections just to ensure it is coming up is in accordance to our master plan requirements, and to give you a certificate. This is from our one-stop shop, and therefore you'll not expose you to county governments for the process of permitting. However, we are working together. We wanted to demystify this fact that the master plan is not flexible. In fact, what we have now is a very flexible master plan, and during your site designs, during site application, that's where we review your requirements from amalgamation. You know, what is amalgamation? You have two parcels, you want to bring them together. That's the point we'll review and give you consideration. We are open to subdivision. You have seen some acreages in the master plan are more than 10 acres. Probably you have a phase 1 and a phase 2. It has been elaborated by my former classmate, architect Juliet, that NCA, they are doing phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. In case you want a subdivision, then we handle it at this point. We also handle variance applications at this point. We have said probably you can only do 2 floors, and you want to do 8 floors. That is a variance from the guideline. And we have an application, then you apply and we review it. The only thing which needs to be clear as we demystify this is we don't want to vary a lot and therefore don't end up with our smart city, isn't it? So that's why you're saying there are application forms, you'll apply, we'll sit with you, we'll talk and find out the response we give to you. And there's another variation which is about vacation of an easement or right of way. Probably you want to access your parcel maybe externally from Mombasa Road. That is allowed. You do your application and we process them. So we need to note that our master plan is very flexible, but we look at the variation against the guidelines and the standards and give you, or we agree with you, what then can be done at such a point. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Architect Anna, for demystifying the route to build. I believe now we are a bit clear in terms of what do we need to do to move to the next level. And we are saying this because we really, really want you to be here. And we want to do everything it takes to settle and to ensure that these projects actually get off their feet. At this point, allow me to recognize, first of all our investors who are here with us. This is your day. This is your day to connect with us. It is your day to connect with fellow investors. It is a day to be aware of what Konza has been up to. We are saying that we are open for business and we want to establish quality connections to build and trade from Konza Technopolis. So asanteni sana for honoring our invitation on such a day as this, being a Monday. We do not take it for granted. I also want to acknowledge the presence of our partners. We have many of our partners here with us. Specifically, I want to mention the KOTRA team, led by Mr. Yoon. I think they are somewhere there. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation and for coming to join with us. KOTRA has worked with Konza in many, many ways. They are our partners in development. KAIST is one of the projects, the Digital Media City, and we are talking about the smart city infrastructure development. So we are really honored to be able to work with KOTRA, and the team has been fantastic here. We also have Engineer Maungo, Multiscope Consulting Engineers, who are providing engineering. We have the team from Design Source Architects. Again, our partners in development, karibuni sana, and thank you for joining us. We also have one of our first directors. This was our senior leaders at Konza when the project was nothing, was really nothing here, played a big part in the master plan and infrastructure development. This is, we call him Director Patrick Adolwa. Thank you. Where are you? Thank you so much for joining with us. We are grateful that you could join. We also have Mr. Chris Musau, who is the chairman of Manzoni Lodge. Manzoni is coming to Konza, and we are happy to have you with us. Thank you very much. At this point, I want to check if Lucas is around. Lucas is supporting our ICT, and I always want to give him a place because this is a place of knowledge, a place powered by technology. And I want Lucas to tell us his recent escapades as he empowers the vision that is Konza Technopolis. Welcome, Lucas.
Our chairman, CEO, our investors, members of staff, and partners, good morning. Good morning once again. So thank you, Josephine, for the opportunity. Today, I won't make any presentation. I think as alluded earlier, we held a financial breakfast last week, Monday, and men from Kodda made the presentation. So today you've seen our counterparts of the other gender, like Anna Musimi and Agatha. They've done well in terms of presentation. So today men will just give remarks. So I've been particularly asked to speak about the digital space and what Konza is doing. And on that space, today as we celebrate our investors on the physical space, I want to also acknowledge, because we invited our partners on the virtual space, we also have investors who've taken up space in our data center. And we are saying those are our investors in the virtual space. So I really want to thank them also for finding it necessary to join us for this occasion. But then what is Konza doing? We know as a country, we've shown or demonstrated leadership in terms of technology within our region. And particularly, we are now prepared as a country to move to the next level. And Konza is that Silicon Savannah. And at the Technopolis, we've already laid the foundation for digital transformation. So as an investor, as a partner, as a business, what we are saying is we'll want to provide you with solutions, services that will provide value to your customers as you transact, as you do business. Then you'll be looking up to Konza and our partners to provide these services. And to kickstart that process, we already have an operational data center, Tier 3, that is cloud. And we've been able to, again, with the help of our partners, tailor-make certain products. These are platform as a service or software as a service. These are services that you can access over the internet. And we want to eliminate the headache of acquiring hardware. So as a business, as an investor in Konza, then you'll be privileged because our team and our partners within the digital space will create certain solutions that will transform your business digitally. That is what we want to do, and I think the challenge is to us and the partners who are here with us. We have investors who will be looking at transforming their businesses within the digital space. At the same front, we are looking at contributing in a big way in the current government transformation. There is a big target to digitize close to 5,000 services, government online, to go online. And this speaks clearly to what Konza can do, and our investors and our partners, to ensure that we support our country to move to the next level. So the foundation is already in place, and we'll be keen to explore in discussion through our ministry and other partners to see how this can be scaled. But specifically, what is dear to my heart is we now want to see Konza becoming a smart city. And I'm glad that today the Technopolis, through the support of our board, we've been able to lay the foundation, which is connectivity, for Konza to become a smart city. And there are also opportunities within that space. Some of the solutions that we expect that will support our investors as they reside, as they do their business in Konza. We've got smart poles that are integrated poles that enables us deploy surveillance, enable us collect signals, and provide you with information that you need to make decisions. We have intelligent traffic management system as well. These are within the 6 key domains that Architect Anna has talked about. So we'll be keen to see how, through our digital transformation journey, as an investor, you are part of it. And to our partners, let's engage our investors to see as they set up. For example, during the construction phase, what are these solutions that we'll be able to extend to help them have more innovative ways or approaches on how they construct. So with those few remarks, I want to thank you, and of course, I welcome everyone also in my own capacity to Konza Technopolis. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucas. And I think what Lucas has said, he's providing solutions to everyone. So all of us here are his clients. You don't have to be at Konza to benefit, but make your journey towards Konza already technology enabled. So karibuni sana, let's engage and let your solutions. If you have any IT problem, servers, cost of hardware, person. We are making that easy through cloud solutions. At this point, I want to welcome the hottest number from Machakos University Choir. They have been reserving this one number for this moment. So let's all be on the lookout as we get to the last round of entertainment from Machakos. Karibuni. Machakos Choir, please come quickly. Youngsters, you are. Jogging allowed. Yes, let's get to stage and get that hot number going. Karibuni.
Hey. shining forever. Technocity yazidi kunawiri. Kitabu cha teknolojia, sayansi, utafiti, City, fahari yetu isonge mbele. Technocity yazidi kunawiri. Kitabu cha teknolojia, sayansi, utafiti, City, fahari yetu isonge mbele.
Utekelezaji wa miradi endelevu,
haya ni shangwe.
Konza City yetu,
Konza City, shining forever.
Utekelezaji wa miradi endelevu,
haya ni shangwe.
Konza City yetu,
Konza City, shining forever. Technocity yazidi kunawiri. Kitabu cha teknolojia, sayansi, utafiti, City, fahari yetu isonge mbele. Technocity yazidi kunawiri. Kitabu cha teknolojia, sayansi, utafiti, City, fahari yetu isonge mbele.
tunafurahia uvumbuzi wa sayansi,
haya ni shangwe.
Konza City yetu,
Konza City, shining forever.
tunafurahia uvumbuzi wa sayansi,
haya ni shangwe.
Konza City yetu,
Konza City, shining forever. Technocity yazidi kunawiri. Kitabu cha teknolojia, sayansi, utafiti, City, fahari yetu isonge mbele. Technocity yazidi kunawiri. Kitabu cha teknolojia, sayansi, utafiti, City, fahari yetu isonge mbele.
Toni wote twende tukaone
Konza City,
maendeleo chungu nzima,
Konza City,
teknolojia ya kisasa,
twende wote tuwekeze biashara zetu. Konza City,
Toni wote twende tukaone
Konza City,
maendeleo chungu nzima,
Konza City,
teknolojia ya kisasa,
twende wote tuwekeze biashara zetu. Konza City,
wanasayansi,
twende wote tuwekeze biashara zetu. Konza City,
na walimu wote,
twende wote tuwekeze biashara zetu. Konza City,
wanasiasa wote,
twende wote tuwekeze biashara zetu. Konza City,
na wazungu wote,
twende wote tuwekeze biashara zetu. Konza City,
makabila zote,
twende wote tuwekeze biashara zetu. Konza City,
na wachina wote,
twende wote tuwekeze biashara zetu. Konza City,
Kenya yote,
twende wote tuwekeze biashara zetu. Konza City.
Thank you very much. I think they deserve a better hand clap, so let's give it up for the Machakos Choir. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. The song says, Techno City yazidi kunawiri, world class city fahari yetu, yasonga mbele, twende, tueneze biashara zetu Konza City. And at this point, I want us to really demonstrate that really Konza City yasonga mbele. We want to welcome the newest investors in the club by presenting them the keys. These are the investors that have joined us since the last meeting we had with our investors. They have paid their stand premium and they are ready to go on to the next step. My challenge to us all here, will the new investors set shop before the old? Will you be the first one to settle and then you're overtaken by the new kids in the block? And as I say that, welcome Chairman of the board, our CEO, and the Chair of the Business Development Committee to present the investor keys to the new investors who have completed their stand premium payments since the last meeting. We will be guided by our investor facilitation manager who will be calling out the names as they come to receive the keys to unlock their investments at Konza Technopolis. So the first investor is the Kenya Orthopedic Association. Kenya Orthopedic Association, you've had them do their presentation about the facility they are setting up, and you've had their timelines, 36 months. So this is good and ready to go. Congratulations and welcome. Welcome to Konza Technopolis. Konza yasonga mbele, Konza yazidi kunawiri. Karibuni. Then, thank you. Thank you. The next investor, Agatha, National Housing Corporation. National Housing Corporation is settled with a parcel ready to go to the next level. Do we have representation from National Housing? Not. Anna Wafula, on behalf of National Housing Corporation, please. Oh, yes. Karibu sana. Welcome. Karibu sana. The National Housing Corporation is coming to establish housing at Konza Technopolis. Thank you. Thank you very much. The next investor is Fair Deal Furniture. Okay, now we have houses and we are going to have furniture. And our office spaces also will have furniture thanks to Fair Deal Furniture Limited. Fair Deal? Yes, Anna? Fair Deal is coming to Konza. Thank you. The next investor is Nia Fiber. Fiber optic, manufacture of fiber optic cables from Kenya by Kenya. Nia Fiber. Oh, he just stepped out. Okay, fine. We will give him a second chance when he comes back. We have the Anglican Church. Anglican Church. Okay, so on behalf of Nia Fiber. And Nia Fiber is also fast moving towards the next phase. So good to go. Fiber coming from Konza. Then the next one is Anglican Church. The school, we have a Center of Excellence in Education coming from the Anglican Church of Kenya. Welcome and congratulations for this milestone. Thank you. We can give them a round of applause. It has not been easy to get here. Trident Plumbers for the plumbing solutions. We have Trident plumbers, both for Konza and for the country and for the region. We are privileged to have Trident in the room. Congratulations, welcome to Konza. Trident plumbers. Congratulations. Next, we have Broad Vision Limited. Broad Vision Limited, thank you. Thank you very much. Karibu Konza. Yes, welcome Broad Vision. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next, we have Prime Maverick Holdings. Prime Maverick Holdings. Next, we have Super Contractors Limited. Super Contractors Limited, welcome to Konza. Congratulations on this milestone. We are ready to support you to the next phase. Super Contractors Limited. Supported by Anna. Thank you. Thank you. Next, Annapolis Investments Limited. Annapolis Investments Limited. Annapolis Investments Limited. Oh, yes. Annapolis, welcome to Konza. Yes. We are done. Thank you very much. You can see the investors are growing. The 80% is real, and the going vertical is inevitable, because that is our next milestone to bring. Having said that, we are coming to close to the end of our session, but we want to have a discussion, a question and answer. And at this point, I want anyone who, in the course of our presentations, has an awakening or an area of curiosity, area of clarification, I think this is the moment. We will have some mics going round so that we can take some questions and react to that. But as we say that, allow also me to recognize our potential investors. So in the hall today, we have fully paid up investors and some potential investors who are just confirming that they are in good company. So we hope that our investors, you will make a good, you'll give a good word to that one who is just waiting to turn around, for that extra step or that extra encouragement. As we move around, we hope that you will be able to interact and encourage, even inspire them with the story and the vision that you're looking to establish. I want to recognize Mr. Theuri Pasha Enterprises from the Machakos Academy fraternity. We recognize your presence. We also have Mr. Ben Mungata, Echo Advent, in the presence of us today. So our investors, remember, you are our chief guests. We honor you and we celebrate you. I don't know if the mics are going round. We can take 3 questions and react to them. Our management team is in the house, and they will be supporting me to address any questions that come. Konza team, you may point me out to any, you can raise up your hand very high up so we can see it from both sides of the hall, and we'll be able to facilitate that opportunity. Okay, if we also have anyone with some remarks to make, I think you can, during lunch, we have a networking lunch session. We'll allow for some of those to happen. So you can also register with some of my colleagues from Konza so that we can be able to give you an opportunity. Do we have any questions, comments, reactions from anyone yet? Okay, so I'll allow us to reflect on it. And as we do that, I want to welcome our project manager, Alex, to take us through the site safety. Immediately after this, we will have lunch, and then we will have a site tour on the different projects that are ongoing. Please don't leave. This is your chance. You have come to Konza, and we want to show the city to you as it is transforming. So please bear with us, be with us until we finish our site tour. So we have a site safety presentation that we are going to make, and after that, this is what will guide our moving around the site. So the PM office, welcome.
Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Esther from the Project Management Department, and I'm going to take you through a brief safety induction as you go through the site tour, so that to educate you on the risks that. Is it loud? The purpose of the safety induction is to educate you on the risks that you may encounter during your site tour, and how to control the risks. Yeah, we prioritize your safety. That's why we're doing this. On the first point of safety rules, you'll be given a reflective jacket and a helmet for your safety, and you're supposed to wear it properly, like put your chin strap on and everything, and make sure that you have an authorized personnel taking you through the site, so that in case of anything, that the person you will reach out to or consult for any queries or issues. Follow the guided footpaths around the site. Use only authorized access and egress routes, because if you don't follow the right pathways, you might encounter hazards. And ask for help whenever required. Do not walk and ongoing works that are overhead, because you have falling objects and there are heavy machineries that might injure you. So do not stand close to heavy machinery, lifting works, and work platforms. Do not enter dusty or noisy areas without PPEs. So these are some of the hazards: dust, noise, falling objects, moving machinery, heavy vehicles, open manholes. There are some manholes that are not covered, so do not be texting or be on your phone while you're walking around the site. Do not lean on barricades. Even here in this building, we have barricades around the open space, in the balconies. Do not lean on those barricades. Do not touch or tamper with electric cables or installations. All cables should be considered live. Smoking is prohibited around the site to minimize the risk of fire. And during emergencies, you're supposed to remain calm. Like in a fire emergency, walk to the fire assembly point and follow the instructions in a calm in a calm way. So that is just a summary of our safety rules, and I hope you have heard and you'll follow the rules. And always remember, your safety is your responsibility. Thank you, and enjoy your site tour.
Thank you very much. The site safety tour briefing is meant to enlighten you on what to expect when you're moving around a construction site. There's quite a number of projects that are ongoing, heavy machinery turning, and we just want you to be aware of what might be around you and to be safe. I hope you also have shoes that are comfortable and will be able to allow you to experience the best of Konza in terms of the project itself. We've come to the end of our engagement. I'm still waiting for my questions and comments and remarks. So I don't know if I'll give a chance again. If we have anyone with any burning remark or comment or question, please raise up your hand or notify myself or any of the presenter who might have come to stage since morning, so that then we can give you that chance during lunchtime. We want to break out for lunch, but before that, there's a very important activity that is the vote of thanks. And I want to invite none other than the person who starts the journey with our investors, our sales manager, Anna Wafula, to come and give the vote of thanks, and as we come to the end of our meeting. Anna.
Good morning. Is it morning or afternoon? Good morning. Good morning again. So my name is Anna Wafula. I'm the manager of sales. So together with a team of youngsters here, we do investment attraction, business, and also opening up the place for opportunities. So please don't leave with any idea that you have. We are here to take up any ideas and to listen. But I know today I'm not supposed to be selling. I'm supposed to be giving a vote of thanks. And so I'll get right to it. First of all, I'd like to thank God for bringing us here today. We've had a nice day, a nice morning, and we are grateful for that. So I want to thank our chair and the members of the board of directors for their presence and also for their guidance and for always being here for our investors and for us. I also want to thank the CS, Mr. Owalo, the PS, Engineer Tanui. I know they left, but we thank them for gracing our occasion. Our investors, especially the new ones who've come on board today, Karibuni Sana, we thank you very much for sharing in our vision and for coming along with us in this journey of making the Technopolis a live, work, and play destination. Investors, approved investors, potential, the ones whose applications are coming today or tomorrow, we thank you as well. For stakeholders mentioned, we really thank you for sharing with us our vision and also for coming to this event. We have our neighbors, our neighboring community from Malili and Chumbi. Asanteni sana, thank you for coming today. Our speakers, they've given us very good insights. We thank them as well. We have a team of exhibitors, around 15 exhibitors, exhibiting their products or their solutions. Please feel free to visit and interact with them and see how together we can partner, we can offer more solutions to the problems that we face. But we thank them for bringing in their products and also for coming early to set up for this day. We also want to thank the members of staff and everyone who has worked on this program to make the day a success. Asanteni sana, and we really appreciate. We also extend to everyone whom I may not have mentioned, but please feel very appreciated. Please feel very welcome to Konza and pamoja to Jenge Konza. Thank you very much, and looking forward to more interactions as the day progresses. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna. And with that, it is my pleasure to invite us all to our lunch session. We'll have a networking lunch, and it is intentional that we want you to network. There will be some moving around. Our lunch is set up one floor down, where you will have your lunch set, and maybe you come here. Hopefully the tables will shuffle so that we can get to network. We'll take about 30 minutes on lunch, and then we will all proceed to be led by our chief engineer in charge of construction, operations and management, Engineer Anthony Sang. He will make a brief from the podium on how the site visit will be conducted. With that, I want to invite one of my colleagues, Agatha, to say a prayer for lunch so that we can break for lunch. Thank you very much for coming to our investor conference in January 2023. We will be convening another one in the course of the year, and we hope that in that next convening, we will be talking about some of the projects here as having ground broken, and perhaps we will be visiting them as the sites to visit, because those will be the new things and the new highlights in the block. Thank you so much, and have a good afternoon and enjoy the site tour. Thank you. My name is Josephine Dambuki. I'm the Chief Manager in charge of Business Development and Innovation at Konza Technopolis. Thank you.
Thank you, Josephine. Before we pray, I have one announcement for all approved investors. After the site tour, please, you can see me, or we can meet very briefly at 7th floor. Let us pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, we are humbled before your presence to say thank you for enabling us to have such a wonderful day and the event that was with us. And Father, we pray that you're going to be with us as we undertake the rest of the activities of the day, the site tour, and even our travels back to our different destinations. Bless the food set aside for us and be with us. In Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you. Lunch is served on one floor down. Please network, have lunch, come settle, and then we will convene in 30 minutes for the most exciting part of our meeting today. And as we do that, our technical team will be giving us some numbers as entertainment as the teams proceed for lunch. Thank you.